Hello Saints, it's Minister Q. I didn't want to get back on the video tonight. I'm eating sausage and pancakes. I wanted to say to get ready to go through anything for God. It's not church as usual, if you can tell, about the seasons that we're in. You know, who's ready and willing to suffer for God. If life doesn't go your way and mishaps come up, stuff you didn't expect, you know, that you're not ready to be faced with. Pandemic comes, take some of your family out. I don't know, riots, a dream, getting an experience of hell. Not expecting your wife to leave you this year or your husband. What are we going through for the Lord? What are we faced with? What are we going to do? Who do we turn to? How do we find a solution? How do you get your prayers to reach God? How do you stay calm in the midst of pain and struggle and turmoil? People telling you to be okay, but you just jittery and you know, you can't seem to keep your head clear, and it seems like drugs or sex or a cigarette or meth is more understanding and more yielding to your situation at hand. For some reason, this song keeps coming up in my head. The I Won't Complain song. I've had some good days. I've had some good I've had some good days. I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. I won't complain. There's more to it, but I've been really thinking about that song. I've been really pondering about that song, and just hear God saying we should not get weary. You know, we analyze on what God has given us, then we're like, why am I following this or following that? It's because the Lord knows the enemy wants to wear you out. I want to wear you out. I think about something. Let people continue to talk around you. But when it boils down to it, when some gotta face the guillotine, some gotta face pandemics, and you hear about people passing away, or the very person that's talking about you that passed away, and you still standing, this is not church as usual. You know, how many people we got to be ride or dies for God? Who's gonna stick with God no matter what? You stick with your husband, you stick through all this crazy stuff no matter what. Crazy, detrimental situations that shakes the core of your emotions, and you still stick with your husband. You get caught up in situations, and you would even be willing to swing just to keep him on your side. But ain't nobody on the Lord's winning team. Last time I checked, it's probably why God keep things here like this, because it's just like, he's like, dang, you chose that over me? Wow. Wow. She chose a man over me. She chose dominoes over me. She chose money over me. She chose the casino over me. She chose drugs over me. She chose alcohol over me. She chose abortion over me. She chose anger over me. And so on and so forth. Be ready to go through no matter what. I don't care what God says to you. Be ready to go through whatever God says that you're going to go through. There's some things that's not going to be pretty. Like I said, slavery days and all these other days and times. People are trusting in God more than what we do. I just found that appalling and astounding in this generation. You know, they just serve God, man. They just serve God. They just serve God, man. And all you're getting, let the naysayers fall to the wayside. You're going to be the one stocking and having toilet paper and food and canned goods. They're going to be the one not with none of that. You know, God is faithful in the midst of a storm. You know how to tell those people to prepare. Begin to start humbling yourself. If you've never fasted, if you've never did anything, begin to humble yourself and talk to the Lord. Humble yourself and talk to God. Get your life right. Get your life right. Be ready to go through whatever God has called you and that you know. Everyone who's having dreams and this and that. Be ready, because you will suffer for God. I think everybody needs to start making a decision. Will I suffer for God? Will I won't? Will I back down? What's my decision? Sorry, guys. What's your decision? This is it. I know sometimes we look for those videos that really tickle our fancy, but or get to the right place, but it's this kind of message right here. Who's willing to suffer for God? Who's willing to go through for God? God is looking for those people. He's not looking for the hoop and holler and people playing church. He's looking for these people right here that I'm talking about. You guys be blessed. I gotta go to work tomorrow.